Hey viewers, TheZombieBarney here with my last build video. It's the Alchemist class I really don't like that much. I just reviewed the abilities. I'm going to give you stuff like fresh off my head and all that. I will kind of like allow you to just do whatever you want with the passive abilities and all that. That's completely freeform to you. I can see like right now like all the best ways to build the Alchemist, and I will show that to you. So first I will tell you the original way I built my Alchemist though. I had elemental mines with throw everything, went on over to Flask of Frost with bitter chill. Go ahead, read that, and I didn't give you enough time to pause to read that and that. Went down to the sneak attack, dance of death, fighting dirty, flask of fire, got unquenchable flames, killer's alchemy. I almost got that, but that unorthodox, and also got alchemy mastery, right? But yeah, I mean that kind of complemented my flask of frost, but it didn't really complement my flask of fire, I believe, or maybe it did. I didn't really notice. And I had stealth along with Lost in the Shadows. I know I had ambush and unforgiving chain and knife in the shadows. And I'm not sure if I grabbed either of those two. I'm not even sure what all this equals up to right now either. So those are the skills that I had initially. Well, yeah, that's not all that I grabbed, because I did fix myself at the very end of it, sort of. But that build sounds kind of good, because like what routine, it looks amazing. It seems glorious, right? Because you stealth, you run up to a group of enemies, and you kind of position yourself in just the right way. And while you're in stuff, you pop that flask of fire, it brings you out of stealth. All the enemies are like, what the fuck? And then you just start throwing down the elemental mines just continuously, because you have unquenchable flames, because your abilities have no cooldown. Flask of fire, your abilities cost no stamina. And then you have to throw everything, right? And it's supposed to be eating up your stamina, but it's not. And so you're just tossing out a shitload of mines everywhere. But the mines kind of don't do that much damage a little bit, it seems, right? I mean, on routine, it would clear out a mob of enemies, no problem. You know, and it just seemed amazing. And then, like, after that would wear off, and I would clear out all the enemies, boom, Flask of Frost, and just start running up the enemies duration, only 5 seconds, which sucks. I don't remember adding anybody with that name, but okay. Melee enemies got close to me, I wouldn't take any damage from them and everything, because then they would get freeze, and I could kind of wail on them a little bit. That seemed awesome. But then I went into threatening. And that build I just showed you, horrible. It became so difficult for me. So difficult for me, I want to cry, kind of, just because I fucked up so hard. I can only imagine how bad that build would have been in Perilous. Oh god, it would have made my heart weep from all the pain. So, from that, the way I kind of saved myself was I got the flank attack with Skirmisher, and got the Bloody Prey, I guess. And I kind of became a little bit like a knockoff assassin. And that brings me to the second way to build that the Alchemist. And your only skills that you get are completely from this tree, or, well, you can kind of swap it. Well, yeah, no, just completely from this tree. And you end up getting, you know, you keep stealth, Lost in the Shadows, ambush, unforgiving chain. Well, no reason for evasion. You could get disabled. You know, you'd weaken enemies for a little bit. You know, give them damage reduction of 15%, which is just weaken. Knife in the Shadows, which is good, and flank attack and skirmisher, kind of with the assassin mindset, and then the twin fangs and ripping fangs once again with the assassin mindset. Gaps in armor, 25 armor pin. Bloody Prey, also very good, and your fourth ability would be Shadow Strike along with Quick Blade. And on my assassin video, I told you not to go for this, but that's kind of how the Alchemist can become a knockoff assassin. And then you grab easy to miss, I was never here, and take them down. You know, crit hit bonus for everybody, And then with whatever passives you have from that, you know, get sneak attack first. I mean, as well. I mean, it's definitely useful. But then there's, you know, definitely other ways to build the class. You know, the third build, third and 3.5 build, I guess you could say I saw, was Elemental Mine Stealth. You know, work your way down, grab Knockout Bomb and Comatose. See, that right there would actually work really well with Knockout Bomb. It would make it go up by God, 2.5 seconds. You know, so I'm not sure if the game would rounds up or rounds down or anything, but 0.5 would make me think it would round up, so it would be 13 seconds of sleep. And then you can mix in a Flask of Fire and just like throw a lot of mines and do Knockout Bomb a lot. And your fourth ability would be Toxic Cloud, so maybe you could just swap between those two a lot. And Toxic Cloud has a really good passive behind it. It kind of makes Toxic Cloud like Walking Bomb a bit, you know. But Toxic Cloud does not do as much damage as Walking Bomb. And then, you know, you can get Mercy Killing as well. So I'm not sure if all of that would, like, the damage tick would be crit hit as well, because since that's not like a direct damage of, like, you know, a melee attacker getting shot by a bow, I don't think that would actually wake up the enemies if you put them to sleep, and they would just sit there in a poison and just pow, 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 you know, just a lot of damage to them. That makes the damage go up and gives a cooldown reduction and extra duration. So it'd be kind of interesting, you know. I mean, I guess total, especially if every attack was crit hit, would do a lot of damage that way. That's probably how I'm going to build my Alchemist next time I do it. You could also swap out Knockout Bomb and lose Mercy Killing and go with Poison Weapons if you want. I mean, I don't really see, that's the 3.5. I'll let you think about that one if you want to go with Poison Weapons. But, I mean, if you're really going to do that, then, I mean, I guess I would use Poison Weapons with Flank Attack and Twin Fangs. But then you kind of lose out on Shadow Strike and Easy to Miss unless you want to sacrifice some other passives from the other tree. The Alchemist, I really don't like this class that much. I'm not really impressed by it. I went with what I thought was, hey, this is the traditional Alchemist build originally, you know, and I just didn't find it that satisfying to use. I was really disappointed in it. I remember reading up about it before Dragon Age Inquisition came out. I was like, oh, dude, that sounds so wacky and fun to use, dude. And this is like where it comes down to flashy beating efficiency, you know, choosing cool looking armor over stronger armor. You know what I'm saying? A cool looking weapon over a weapon that does a lot more damage. Like, am I ringing any bells to you now? Because I really hope I am. The Alchemist, with that initial build I just did, was just really flashy. But in above routine, it sucked. These other two ideas for builds seem like a more sound way to go. You can go with the knockoff assassin or Alchemist 2.0, which, you know, you go with Knockout Bomb and Toxic Cloud, and you keep Elemental Mines as well. Actually, no, my bad. You don't keep Elemental Mines. You go back to your stealth and everything, just in case you need to get away from enemies, and the Flask of Fire and Toxic Cloud. And you just go for that. That's what I would definitely suggest to you. And it sucks that easy to miss, you got to go through another skill to get to it. I mean, if you didn't have to, I would actually have found my initial class a lot better. Like, the only time I ever found my initial build for the Alchemist really good was whenever I had Templar on my team. A Templar built right like how I did in the previous video. You know, they had a line of sand, they'd hold down a door or a choke point of some kind, and I would come up behind said Templar and just flask of fire, throw down a crap load of mines at the choke point, and the enemies would just get really messed up right there, and they couldn't move through, and they keep trying to move and try to find something. They just keep activating more mines, and the mines do have an AoE to them, so it's not just single target. So yeah, just I'm not really impressed with the Alchemist. And as far as like doing armor and well, yeah, as far as doing armor, I would just use same thing, you know, cunning on the arms and ranged on the legs. Because getting away from melee is always really easy. You can kite melee around no problem all day, every day. And as far as weapons go, don't go AoE on them. Don't. They don't have really good use of AoE attacks in the fray, you know, actual melee attacks or anything like that. So just don't do that. Yeah, but that is my Alchemist build for you. That is the last build video I have, and I hope you managed to pull something from this video. And I know you probably enjoyed my other build videos, and you have found some useful insight in my other build videos, and I hope you're satisfied. I'm satisfied giving you these videos. I hope you liked them. And so I said this earlier in this whole video session that I'm right now kind of holding off on doing more multiplayer videos. I do intend on doing every character, with every character, you know, starting off, you know, level 1, do a level 5, do a level 10, do a level 15 video, and then eventually a level 20 video, showing them all in use and all that. And then when I have them level 20, intend on doing, attempting to do routine by myself, threatening by myself, and then also showing you me and a group of people trying out to do perilous. Yeah. I didn't think about, you know, doing a routine and threatening by myself until it wasn't until a little bit after I was done with my keeper and already promoter, and then like the idea hit me and I was like, ah, shit, I should have done that. So yeah, just wait for that to happen, because like I'm holding off due to the fact that I have a next gen capture card coming in. And that way I'll actually be able to record the voices of the Zombie Shy Guy and Officer Sands. So, yeah, I mean, I've already showed you every map, all different enemy types and everything like that. And another reason why I'm also kind of holding off is because the DLC, The Dark Below, is coming out on Destiny in 2 days for me, and I'm going to intend on covering that, you know, do the missions, the strikes, and the raid, and whatever else new came out on it. Not going to do, like, update videos, you know, rating off all the updates. I'm just going to be doing, hey, this is all the stuff that's come out, and yeah, like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go around the tower, find that new NPC, and yeah, but yeah, that's this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry that I just kind of lingered on with talking right there. And oh, another thing with the Alchemist, right? As far as potions go, you gotta think that you need to be kind of like useful to the party in a sense. The confusion grenade, I only ever use it on the assassin or the alchemist. You know, because you can stealth and then you can line up that shot perfectly, and the enemies aren't going to be rushing you specifically whenever you use that confusion grenade. Also allows you to kind of solo a little bit better. And Teven Fire is a pretty good one, and you can mix that in with pitch grenade. Jar of Bees is good to also use. Healing Mist is kind of party favor, because you can heal your teammates just in case they need the help. And yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say, right? I don't know what else to say right now. I just tongue twisted the shit out of myself. My mouth is really parched too from all the talking I've been doing. Yeah, so Please like, subscribe, share, comment.